Welcome to the Crypto Corner video podcast, your crypto radar for the latest news, reviews and tutorials that help you master the cryptocurrency market. Now, I was asked to review a brand new non-custodial exchange service for instant coin swaps, which is launching as we speak. But before we start, a quick disclaimer. I do not provide financial or investment advice, neither am I asking you to take action on the content I present to you, and I do not endorse products or services featured here. This is a video podcast providing opinions, reviews, and commentary on the latest developments, news, and market performance of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Now, with that said, let's dive deeper into the featured project of today's episode. The service is called LetsExchange, and it's a non-custodial exchange service for direct crypto-to-crypto coin swaps, meaning that you get to exchange one token or coin for another directly. As you know, most exchanges have 2 or 3 or up to 5 base currencies such as USD Tether, Bitcoin, Ether, maybe Tron or BNB, and in some cases fiat like Euro, USD. This means that if you want to exchange Cardano for Polkadot, for instance, or Chainlink, then you have to first exchange ADA for USD Tether or Bitcoin or any of the other base currencies, and then exchange that base currency for Chainlink or Polkadot. This means you have to make a few transactions and use an exchange service where you hold these tokens or coins. A coin swap service like LetsExchange allows you to exchange your Cardano to Chainlink directly without having to go through Bitcoin or another base crypto, so it's practical for this reason. And you do not have to store your coins on their platform, but instead you send them from your own wallet and receive the swapped coins directly to your own wallet too. This is why I'm saying it is a non-custodial service, and on top of that, it is fully anonymous. If you remember, a few years back there was the first instant crypto-to-crypto coin swap service, Shapeshift. This became a very popular service back in 2016 and in 2017 as more people got into crypto and started buying altcoins. This service got added to all the top hardware wallets like Trezor, KeepKey and Ledger and many others, and many people began using it for the convenience it offered. You didn't have to send your coins to an exchange and then make a trade and then move them back to your hardware wallet. This process could be quite costly, so despite having much higher fees for the actual coin swaps, the convenience to do it straight from within your own wallet was good enough for many. Then, in 2018, Shapeshift announced that they are starting a KYC process and all customers will have to be registered and verified users in order to access these features, and suddenly within a few days of this announcement, Shapeshift lost a huge amount of its user base and many abandoned its services due to the lack of privacy that it used to have at the start. Many of the crypto OGs, the old school Kryptonians, feel very strongly about keeping their privacy and anonymity, so naturally we turned to another service, Changely. This time we only had to sacrifice our email in order to be able to operate coin swaps, but there were some limitations as to what currency pairs they offered and how much you could exchange in one transaction. However, fast forward to today, and we are witnessing another such instant coin swap service that is launching that offers full anonymity and privacy on instant coin swaps on thousands of trading pairs. LetsExchange appears to be the first coin swap service that doesn't set a limit on your amounts, and I seem to be the first one to review it, at least to my knowledge, so yet again, you saw it here first. It offers an intuitive interface with all-in-one exchange widget designed for swift and effortless crypto swaps. In terms of speed, you can expect swaps to take anything from a few minutes to hours depending on the network speed for confirming transactions. In my case, I exchanged USD Tether for Ether and I had to wait about an hour to get it complete, but I did select a low fee on purpose to see how it works without bumping my fees. So the exchange processing time solely depends on the network speed of the selected coins. Also, they have what is called a smart rate technology, which scans various exchanges such as Binance, okex, kucoin, Gate, Huobi, and others and picks the most profitable rate for each swap. You also get to choose from 250 coins, including, of course, all the top ones such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, BNB, Tron, and many more. And altogether, more than 62,000 currency pairs without restrictions on the amounts. You also can fix the rates or let them float. You are in fact using the current market rate. This is a CoinSwap service, and as such, they use the ongoing market rate. So you are not in position to choose your rate. You will have to make sure that the rate is right for you at the time of making the CoinSwap. Also bear in mind that the fee they charge is included in the rate you see on the screen. So the amount you are seeing is the total amount. There will not be any other fees added to by the exchange, but you will have to cover your network fee for the coin you are swapping from your own wallet. What I mean is, if you are swapping Ether for Bitcoin, for instance, then you will cover your Ether fee to send that Ether to the exchange wallet. Then you will receive your Bitcoin from them to your own wallet, and you don't pay a fee for that. It's already included in the price you saw on the screen. You can select the fixed rates option to get the exact amount you see before starting the trade, or you can stick to the classic exchange flow, which is with a floating rate. This could be tricky though. If the price is going up, you might end up with a smaller amount with the floating rate, but if the price is going down, you have a chance of getting a higher amount. However, since I don't like to leave any room for mistakes, I would prefer the fixed rate option. In terms of safety, the system does not store your funds and personal data. All featured coins are validated and double-checked, and the platform's security is enhanced by an encryption SSL certificate, and they also have DDoS protection. You can also track and check the progress on your swaps. The exchange process is clear and transparent, and you can request a receipt with full transaction details. For that, you actually need to provide an email address. So if you are completely concerned about anonymity and privacy, then you might not really want to do that, but typically if you request that receipt, it will be sent out to your email address. So let's see how it works. It is really simple and easy. As I said, it has a very intuitive interface. And if you've used any other coin swap services before, like Changely or Shapeshift or any others, they all share pretty much the same type of interface. You basically have the two currencies that you are doing the swap between. You select the currency that you are sending, that you're swapping from, and then you select the currency that you're swapping into. So in this case, let's say that what I did basically is I swapped USD Tether. So I go here and I just typed USDT. So I swapped USD Tether for Ethereum. And as you can see though, this is quite important, the minimum amount that I have to send is around $90. I can't, typically I would test the service with 20, 30 or a smaller amount, but here I had to send a higher amount. So in my case, I sent 140 or something like that. I'm going to show you screenshots in a little bit, but let's say you're swapping 100 USD Tether and you want to get Ethereum. It's showing you basically what is the Ethereum amount that you will get. Here you have to enter the recipient's address, the Ethereum address. So here I had to enter my MetaMask wallet. You can use any other wallet, whichever you want, and then you will click exchange. Now I can't do that because I haven't entered my wallet address, but this is how it works. Let's say that you want to swap. I gave you an example with Cardano. Let's try to swap Cardano directly for Chainlink, for instance. Actually, I need to enter the ticker symbol, not the name of the project. So I go to link, and let's say I want to swap. Okay, well, for 100 Cardano, I'm going to get 5 link. And we can actually check if this makes sense. If we look at the current market rates, Cardano is 125, so 100 Cardano will be $125. Chainlink, where is it? Link is $24. So 5 Chainlink is around 220. I'm getting more than 5, of course. I just did a very rough estimate here, but it makes sense. As you see, you might get a slightly higher rate because the fee of the exchange is actually included in that price. So this is really what you're receiving, what you should be receiving. And here you can choose whether you'll go with the floating rate, meaning that in the next 20 minutes, by the time this transaction is completed, the rate will be changing. Or you can go for the fixed rate, and as you fix that rate, if you're happy with this rate, then you fix it, and there is no danger of the rate changing. Now, as I said, if you go with the floating rate in a bull market, when the price is going up, this is not in your favor, because if the price of with ADA and Link is a little more different, but if you're exchanging USD Tether for Ether, for instance, what I did, and the price is going up of Ether, then I might end up getting less Ether than what it showed me here on the screen, because if it takes an hour, which it did for my transaction, if it takes an hour, during that hour, if the price of Ether goes up by $20, $30, $50, and I wanted to buy one Ether, then I will be getting, less of an Ether because the price went up. If the price is going down, I might end up getting more. But if I fix it, then I know that this is exactly what I will be getting. And if I'm to exchange ADA for Chainlink, then here, where it says enter the Chainlink address, this is where I have to enter my Chainlink address. In this case, Chainlink is an Ethereum based token, so it will be an Ethereum type of an address starting with 0x whatever. So make sure that you enter here the address of the coin that you're swapping into, not the coin that you're sending. So if I'm sending ADA, then in the next step, after I click here exchange, then I will be displayed an ADA address, and I have to deposit the 100 ADA that I'm sending into that address. And it's all explained here. If you go here, if you're not sure how to do it, and you're not watching the video at the time you're making this exchange, then you just go here and it will give you a brief guide as well. So selecting your tokens, then when you click exchange, you go to this screen. Now they're giving you an example with Bitcoin, so this is showing up a Bitcoin address. You can either copy the address or you can scan it. If you're sending it directly from a mobile wallet, then it will be easier for you to just point it to the QR code and scan it. And then after that, you will be in the process of making that exchange. At this point, it says exchanging, and it will also show you an ID of the transaction. And this ID you can actually copy and you can check your transaction. Now let me show you the screenshots of my personal transaction because it's actually more detailed. Okay, so as we can see here, this is my screenshot that I took during my transaction. I was exchanging 142.08 USD Tether into Ethereum. I was getting this amount of Ethereum, 0.09404790. So as I click exchange, I'm getting this screen here, and I had to deposit into this address. In my case, I was using MetaMask, which is a desktop extension, so I didn't have the camera to be screening this QR code. I just copied the address from here. I went into my MetaMask, I entered the amount, and I clicked send. And as I did that, I had to wait for a bit of time until this transaction gets completed. I waited for about an hour, and during that time I was seeing this screen here which is saying exchanging, and it's giving me also, it tells me wait please, and it's giving me an ID of the transaction. And then I can copy this ID and I can go and monitor and check the progress of this transaction. Let's say during that 1 hour I was doing other things, so I wasn't necessarily keeping that screen open, or maybe I was I went have dinner or something like that, so my computer screen went off. So as I got back, I could actually just copy this. If the transaction is still not received and I'm worrying what's happening, I can copy this ID and I can go here in help, and I can go to transaction status, and here I will enter the ID of this transaction and it will show me whether it's completed or not. Let's do it actually right now. So let's paste my transaction ID and check it out, and here it's telling me it's completed. I can see the hash ID of the transaction. I can see the hash out. So this is my hash ID for sending the coins. This is the hash ID of the transaction when I was receiving it. So I'm getting full details. If I click on this, I can actually go, and you get that during the transaction. You also get that hash. You go on this screen, and here you can actually see full details of this transaction. You can see that it was completed 16 hours and 36 minutes ago, and it was confirmed within 1 minute of them initiating the transaction. This is for me receiving my Ethereum. So basically, when I was sending my USD Tether, I paid just over $5 in fees for sending the USD Tether, and then I received the Ethereum, for which I didn't have to pay any other fees anymore because the fee was included in the price that I was seeing on the screen. Also, my transaction could have been faster if I had chosen a higher fee, but I selected, because I'm working with MetaMask, so I have a choice what kind of a fee I want to pay. I selected a low fee because, first of all, I was not in a hurry. Second, I wanted to test that service at the lowest possible expense of mine. So this is why I did that. But if you select a higher fee when you're sending your token, then it could actually be also faster. If you have any doubts about your transactions, make sure that you keep a full record of everything, the wallet address you used to send your coin, the transaction ID that you're receiving from the exchange. As you saw on the screen, that transaction ID, maybe copy it and save it temporarily somewhere so that you keep it handy in case you need to trace your transaction. If your transaction is taking too long, then you could be worried, and that's understandable. So you could reach out to their team, which they say it's 24/7. I haven't actually spoken to their team. I didn't have to send a support ticket because within the first hour I was not worried about my transaction. I know that Ethereum transactions are a bit slow these days because the Ethereum network is quite clogged with a lot of transactions and everything, so there are higher fees and they are slower, unfortunately. So I was prepared for that, and it didn't it didn't worry me. But if you're worried and you're sending a support ticket, you will have to provide as much details as possible. So keep a record of the wallet address you're sending to, the wallet address you're sending from, and the transaction ID. This is pretty much everything you need to provide when you are tracing transactions. Also, it's important to note that you can even cancel a transaction. So if something went wrong and the transaction is still pending, it's not actually the exchange has not happened yet, within a reasonable time, they say, and this I found on their website in the FAQ section, within a reasonable time you can cancel the transaction. You have to reach out to their team as soon as possible, again with all of these details, as much as details as possible, and you can request them to cancel your transaction. And in my case, everything went quite smoothly, so there was no issues, there was no reason for me to actually reach out to the support team. So this is it, guys. I hope you like this review. In conclusion, LetsExchange is basically a one-stop multi-currency exchange which doesn't require registration. It doesn't have limits or any complications. Any exchange operation is carried out in a fully automatic mode, which guarantees you a quick and smooth experience. It is built by a team of crypto professionals with more than 10 years of experience in the blockchain space and fintech, and it saves you time at each step of the crypto swap and amplifies your trading revenue. All in all, I found this to be a very simple, intuitive and easy experience. This is a tool for people to safely and easily convert one digital asset into another without any counterparty risk. And let me remind you, it is completely anonymous. So this is everything from me for this video. I hope you like this content, and if you did, give us a like and leave a comment below. This really helps. Also, if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because if you're watching this on YouTube, as you know, YouTube is actually gatekeeping a lot of this crypto content, so you are not going to be notified when I'm posting a new video unless you tell YouTube that you want to be notified. If you're watching this on any of the other platforms, then good for you. I'm posting this on Library, Publish 0x, it's also on BitTube, and it's on Medium, and of course on my website crypto-corner.com. This is everything from me for this video. Thanks for staying until the end. I'm signing off, and I'm going to see you in the next one.